Okay, so today we will continue with our dictionary. So in our previous session, we discussed till this adding and updating entries, and today we will continue from this removing entries section, and we will complete the rest of it. Okay, so we have this things to discuss. Um, so this total 10 sections are there. Out of them, we have completed only three sections, and now rest of the sections we will complete today. Okay, so now let's talk about removing entries. So in dictionary, you know, right? We have key value pairs, right? Now, like we learned how to add and how to update entries. Now we need to know how to remove entries. Since dictionary is mutable, right? So we can add an update like that. We can remove also. So you can see I have this many options. Like I have multiple options to delete entries in dictionary. I will discuss about that. Again, I'm not going to read out this section. You guys can read out once you have the notebook access. Or you can take this screenshot if you want to. So I'll directly focus on the examples. Okay. So what I do, I'll just copy the code and explain for better understanding. So I have something called card, which is a variable, and inside card variable, I have something called a dictionary where I have apple 3, banana 5, mango 2, grapes 4. This is my dictionary. And in this dictionary, this apple is the key, this 3 is the value, banana is the key, 5 is the value, mango is the key, 2 is the value, grapes is the key, and 4 is the value. That's how it is happening right now, correct? Now, let us say I want to delete banana. Okay, I want to delete banana. How you can do that? So you can see there's something called del. If you type del, and you can see it's coming in color like pink. That means it's Python inbuilt. Del is Python's inbuilt. I think del I discussed in the list section also. So del you can use to delete something. Del means delete. Delete what? I want to delete the this one, this banana 5 thing, right? Now see, you have to keep one thing in your mind. Whenever I'm telling I want to delete banana, I'm not saying I want to delete only this banana key. Whenever in since in a dictionary, key values are the items. Like this is entire item of a dictionary. This is entire item of a dictionary. This all are item of a dictionary. So it's not that case key, okay, I remove this apple, I keep three. I remove five, I keep banana. No, it will not happen. Because this is entirely one item. This is entirely one item. This since it is key value pair, right? So you cannot remove the key or you cannot remove the value separately. If you are removing, entire thing will get removed. So that is why whenever I'm saying I want to remove banana or mango, whatever, I'm saying remove the entire thing. And inside Python dictionary, whenever we say delete, and we say based on the keys, like I'm saying delete banana, delete mango, delete grapes, right? And when I'm telling things like this, that means we always try to represent through the keys, like how I call my name Tanmay, right? Like this is my name, correct? This is why people call me first. Then they'll ask my age, my height, my salary, etc. Right? So like that, you always have to think I'm talking through the key. So I am saying I want to delete banana. So I'm saying delete. Delete whom? Delete banana. So cart, then banana. Simple. This is how we access something, right? And this is how you can delete also. I'm saying delete. And now if I print cart, now you see cart like banana will not be there. See, banana is not there. Okay. And again, there is another way to do safely delete. Check first. Again, the code is written below already, okay? But still I'm typing so that you guys can get that feeling. So safely delete, okay? So see, the way I'm showing you delete it like this directly, you can do that. But whenever it's all about writing clean code, when it's all about writing codes for production, or whenever writing code for the real customers, right? You cannot directly write code like this. Because you always have to keep in mind what will happen if my code fails. Because if you have created some solution using Python dictionary, you have created something using Python dictionary, and some customers or some of your users are using your product, and now if your code is by any chance failing, then you will get some technical error that you may understand because we are developers. But what about those people who doesn't know anything about coding? They are just clicking and they are just getting their things done. When they see such kind of errors, right, they will not understand what this error is coming and why this error is coming. Even in the EPFO portal, I have seen such technical errors. I don't know who wrote the code behind the scene. I don't know how they have written the code, but I got multiple technical errors, which I understand because I am a developer. But what about those people who doesn't understand anything about coding? They will not literally understand anything what this error means actually, right? So we always have to think how I will do something with a safety check, and that is how safely delete method comes into the idea. Okay, and guys, these are the broken pieces that we are connecting. I'm just teaching you today how to write code where you will do delete safely. But now this idea you need to keep in your mind, and whenever you are going to develop something big product or some big machine learning project that we do later on. So on that time, these ideas will be used. So you need to note down these steps, okay? So I want you to note down few steps while taking this or while attending these sessions, okay? These are the few things you need to keep in your mind. So what I'm saying, I want to key to remove one variable I'm creating. Key to remove. So which key I want to remove? Let's say I want to remove the key called grapes. So I'm simply saying grapes. Okay. So now what I do? How I will delete it? See, my AI is giving me the code. Let me use this code. So what do you say? If key to remove in cut. You guys now know in means membership operator. We discussed about the membership operator many times. So if key to remove in cut. So if this is true, and what this line is telling. What is the key to remove value? The key to remove value is, hold on. Uh, Sorry. Not sure how to do that in collab in the relationship. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. So, key to remove is grapes, and um, now saying if key to remove grapes in cut. What is the cut? Cut I have this where I have apple, mango, and grapes. If grapes in cut, so if grapes is there, then do the deletion. And else, if grapes is not there, just simply print not in code, nothing to delete. Now, if I execute the code, see it will be deleting. And now you will see, I will have code. If I show you code, you will find grapes is not there. And now, what if I try the same code? I just quickly show you. I try the same code. What I'm trying to search, let's say, uh, okay, grapes only. I'll not change grapes only. But now grapes is not the inside my code. Now, if I execute, say I'll get a simple error. Grapes not in code, nothing to delete. Now, don't you see ki this is a very normal generic input, generic English that any user understands it. Okay, grapes is not there in my card, so I cannot delete it. Simple. This is for simple English. No technical error, nothing. Simple. So now this is how any user will easily get it. That okay, it means grapes is not there in my card, I cannot delete it. That's all, right? Great. This is the same example I have shown for Dell. Now we'll discuss about the dot pop and what dot pop does. You now know dot pop because we discussed in tuple and dictionary also. Sorry, in tuple and list also. So dot pop, what this dot pop does, it remove and use the value. Remove and use the value. So I'm simulating one ticket queue example. Pop the next customer. See, I have a queue dictionary here. Again, I'm just copying and just showing you separately. I am having queue dictionary here. Where I have T001 Ananya, T002 Rohit, T003 Priya, T004 Suresh. So I have a queue like this. Okay. And now let's say what I want. I want to run a while loop. I want to run a while loop. So what I'm saying, while queue. Let's say I'm saying while queue print maybe okay, let me write for some demo code. I equals to 0 print I plus equal to 1 if I is greater than equal to break. Okay, execute the code. Let it execute first. I'll explain why I am writing code like this. Okay, see. So what I wrote I goes to 0, and then I'm starting a loop called while q. Now you can see q means what? This dictionary. And while q, I mean, while you know, right? Whenever we run while loop, while running while loop, we always have to think that while loop we only run when there is some condition which is supposed to be true, right? There should be some condition which is supposed to be true. Then only we will execute the while loop. I mean, if this condition is becoming true, then only it will go inside the while loop. Like while q means what? Since q is a variable and it has some value, and that is why this loop will become true. This condition will become true. So, like let's say I have something like let's say q equals to none. Let's say I have something like this none, and you can see none is in blue color. It means it's Python's inbuilt thing. If I execute this code and if I execute the code, you will see nothing will happen. See, did not print anything I. Why did not print anything? Because my QE variable has value called none. And while none, it is false. That means if your Q has any value, let it be dictionary, let it be any number, like let's say 12. See, it's still executing. But when I wrote none here, I did not execute. Why I did not execute? Because while Q should have some value. It can have list, it can have tuple, it can have dictionary, it can have number, it can have string, it can have boolean, it can have anything, but it has to be something, not none, not empty. No, it will not work for those. Okay, and that is why when I called while q, it got executed, it got this condition as true, and it went inside this entire flow. And this is how it is continuing printing into the thing. I hope you are getting this point. So why am I telling you this thing? Because when I learned about while loop, now trust me, just to know this much, I had to struggle a lot. That why when I'm passing something and it is working, and when I'm passing none, it is not working. When I was learning about Python, this part was really frustrating for me to understand why it is happening. And I asked multiple people. No one literally entertained me on that because they thought it's very basic thing to know, and I don't know that. But when I was learning, how come I know those? That's I was in my learning phase on that time. How come I will know everything on the first place, right? So that's why I'm focusing this word much. Please make sure that you keep this thing in your mind. Okay. Okay. Let's come back to the topic. Now we know, right? While Q means while true. Okay. So while true, great. There's some logic that I wrote. I just simply copy the logic. Then I explain the logic here. Okay. Yeah. This is the logic. एक second. Shift tab. ठीक है. Okay. So this I also not required. Yeah. So while Q next ticket. So again, next and iter, these things are new to you guys, and I will discuss about this next and iter in our advanced Python series. Okay, but for now, let me just explain. For now, just understand this line is trying to give you pick at first key. It's trying to give you the first key. Simple. It's trying to give you the first key. In our case, first key is T001. Right? That's what this code is doing. What is next? What is iter? We'll discuss later. But just for your understanding, this code is simply giving you the first key. That is what T001 in our case. And we are storing the T001 inside the next ticket. Okay. So now then customer equal to Q. Q is my dictionary dot pop. And you know, right? Pop, what it does, it removes something and get the value. So Q dot pop, if you do Q dot pop, next ticket, that will be T001. This is my first ticket. It is saying remove the T001. And as I have already discussed previously, when I'm telling remove this key, that means remove this entire key value pair. That's it. But what is the benefit of pop? Guys have seen that in list and tuple also. Whenever we use pop to delete something, it deletes that, no issues. But it returns the deleting thing also. Like I'm deleting this entire key value, it will return you that value. That okay, I'm deleting T001 Ananya. it will return that value. See, remove and get the value. So this code will remove the T001 and Ananya. Okay, but whatever it is deleting, right? It is storing inside customer value, customer variable. If you see, hold on, I think I have to delete this one first. Execute, execute. See, it is saying now serving Ananya T001, remaining 3. So if I just print the queue here, just for your understanding, okay, inside the thing, okay. Hold on. It execute this, execute. Yeah. See, when it has removed the first customer, right? Can you see? My QB value is T002 Rohit, T003 Priya, T004 Suresh. Why am I getting these values? Because it has removed the T001. And since it has removed and stored the value inside customer, and that's why when we are printing customer in the next ticket, I'm getting the printing like now serving Ananya T001 remaining 3. Like it is counting the length of my queue. Since it has removed the T001 Ananya, we have three tickets remaining. Like that, it is doing it for the T002. Then see, then T002 is doing for T002, and then T003, like that. If you see, okay, okay. So yeah. So what I was telling. So initially it has removed T002. Sorry, initially it has removed T001. Then it has removed T002. It is showing opposite. Now solving row T002. Then T003. Now solving T003. Then T004. Okay. Now solving T004. And at the end, when it has removed all the tickets, this queue dictionary became empty, none. That's why the loop got ended. That's why after see at the end I had an empty dictionary. See, I had empty dictionary at the end. After serving Suresh, I had empty dictionary. Since I have empty dictionary, since it is nothing, this loop will get ended. Because you know, right? None, nothing means false. This while condition will not be true anymore. So this condition will end. Okay. So this is how we can use pop in our case. All right. So um, this is the same example that I have discussed here. No issues. Now another example I'm showing you for dot pop item. Now for this I will not write the code. I'll just simply explain. So dot pop item what it does, remove last inserted. Okay. So this pop item remove the last inserted. Okay. Just have to keep this thing in your mind. It will remove the last inserted. But what pop was doing? It was removing from the first, and pop item is removing from the last. So I have a dictionary called history, where I have page 1 some link, page 2 some link, page 3 some link. Okay. Then I'm simply running a loop for underscore in range 2. Why range 2? Because I have three values, right? And I just want to remove only two values. That's why I'm just using 2. So for underscore in range 2. And why did I use underscore? This would be your question. Why I did not use I or J or something like that? Because I'm not going to use this value anywhere in my further code. So whenever you have something, I mean, see, I just want to run the loop because I want to do in a loop. That's why. But I don't want to use this value anywhere. So whenever you do not want to use any value anywhere, right? Like you are just using it for a placeholder, right? On such cases, you do not have to give it any name. Just give it like underscore. Whenever you see any code, right? Whenever you see some developer wrote any code inside the company, you will see underscore now. You will have to understand, okay, that means this value has no use in the code. So whenever if any value has no use in the code, we use underscore. Okay. So let's say I have name comma underscore equal to uh, let's say equal to Tanmay comma let's say 100. If you see, I have created name comma underscore equal to Tanmay comma 100. If you see something like this, you have to understand, okay, name is a some sense like some good named variable. It has some name. you have to understand, okay, this is name. And definitely, if someone have written name, right, that definitely this name is used anywhere in our code. But whenever I'm saying, okay, underscore is mentioned, that means 100 here. But now I have to understand underscore has not been used anywhere. And that is why I have used underscore in my code. And now you will ask, why did you use underscore here? You just kept it like this now. No problem. But the code will work. See, code will work. But what this code will do? See, if I simply print name, na, you see, you give the entire value. I don't want that. I'm only interested on the name, Tanmay. I'm not interested on the number 100. But let's say you got some input that, okay, Tanmay, comma 100. You got some input like that. Then how do you handle it? Because you are only interested on Tanmay, you are not interested on the number. Sometimes in AI, whenever you are going to build any machine learning based project, on that time you will get sometimes some data which has no use, which will not have any use, but they are there. You have to remove them or you have to ignore them. So what I'm doing is simply saying name comma underscore. So if someone is seeing my code, they'll understand, okay, name has some use in my code, but 100 has no use in my code. That's why this guy has given underscore here. Now if I print, you will see my name coming up. Okay. So you have to understand that. Okay, let's come back to the topic. So for underscore in range 2, I want to run the loop 2 times. That's why I just used the range. What I'm doing is simply history.pop item. So we know, right? Pop item remove last inserted. So in my case, which is the last inserted key value? This one, page 3 and the link. So whenever you call the dot pop item, it returns key comma value, tuple unpack. You know how to do tuple unpacking. I discussed in the tuple section. If you have not watched that video, please watch that. So since this history dot pop item will return two things, key comma value in a tuple format like that, and to unpack them because we have a key value pair, right? So first it will return the key, then it will return the value. So key comma value I call it. So this is the key, page 3. This is the value, the link. And page will contain the page 3. This is the page 3, the key. Then comma URL. URL is this one, value. Okay. And since this will run 2 times, that means it will remove this one. Then it will remove this one. And it will keep this page 1. Why? Because I am running the loop 2 times. That's why. To execute because you will see. Removed page 3. This is the page. This is the URL. Removed page 2. This is the page. This is the URL. Remaining history. History. Since it has removed this 2, right? I have only thing left, that is page 1 and the link. And when I'm printing the history, I'm getting only one key value pair inside my dictionary, page 1 https://com. So I hope you guys have understood how to delete or remove entries inside dictionary. Now d.clear is simply remove all the items. That's why I have not shown anything. It simply remove all the items. That's why I'm using it. D means any variable like cart, right? I have cart here, right? Cart. If I really do cart.clear, if I call it like that, just simply clear everything. See, I don't have anything inside cart. Nothing. Empty dictionary. When you want to delete everything in one shot, just call dot clear. It will clean everything. So you hope you have understood the removing entries wala section. Okay, so we'll talk about looping over dictionaries now. Now there are three views of a dictionary: dot keys, dot values, dot items. Now what is this thing? Let's discuss. Now you guys know that when we talk about dictionary, we have three things. We have keys, we have values, we have items. And now if I simply copy this code and paste it here, because we developer love to do copy pasting. Okay, please don't mind us. We are so lazy guys. So this is my dictionary where I have scores: math 88, science 92, English 76, history 81. And let's say I want to extract my keys. And what are my keys? Math, science, English, history are my keys. Simply call scores, which is my variable here. And my variable contains dictionary dot keys. If I do dot keys and execute the code, I'm getting the math, science, English, history. Now, if I want to get the values 88, 92, 76, 81, what I simply do, just simply copy paste it and I do values. Execute the code. I got all the values. And these are the key, these are the values. Do you know what do we call them together? Items. This is the key, this is the value, and the pair together we call it as items. If I call scores dot items, you will see items like list of tuples. And I have taught you how to run a loop on list of tuples in previous section on dictionary, right? So this is key, this is value, this is items. So far, so good, I believe. Now, since you are saying it's coming like dict keys, dict values, dict items, right? So if you are not comfortable with this kind of text, I mean, you should be comfortable because dict keys means dictionary based keys, dict values means dictionary based values, dict item means dictionary based items. And if I just simply do list like this and just execute, I simply get the list, like a simple pattern list. Simply get the list like simple pattern list. Okay, okay. Then list and execute the code. So I got things like this. And this is what I'm doing in this code. Very good so far. Now iterating with dot items report part. Let's learn about it. Let's see first if I can explain it through just this just by going through this code. Okay. So I have something called marks. Where I have math 88, science 92, English 76, history 81, art 95. I am saying total equals to 0. Why I have written total equals to 0? Because I want to add up this all the values. That's why I have written total equals to 0. Then I'm simply printing normal printing subject marks grade with some indentation. You guys now know how these things work. You guys now know this. So I'll not explain. If you see the gap, right? After subject we have this much gap. This is because of this 12. Then after mark we have smaller gap. Why? Because I'm saying 6. And after grade there's nothing because I'm not saying anything. Okay. Now I'm printing like this dash 28 times. That's why I'm getting this dash 28 times repeating here. You guys all know this now. If you don't know, watch the previous days. Okay. Now I'm running a loop on this mark dot items. What this marks dot items I have already seen, right? When I called, like in this case, I have marks, right? But in a previous case, we have score, same thing, just a different variable. What are we getting on calling dot items? We are getting a list of tuple. Each tuple having two values, math and 88, science and 92, English and 76, history and 81. So two tuples, each item, two tuples, you need two variable to contain them. That's why we have something called subject, comma, mark. So subject will be the first one, that is math. Mark will be the 88. In the next loop, subject will be the science and mark will be the 92. And if I just show you the same code inside Python tutor for your understanding, Python tutor, just quickly open it, start visualizing, simply visualize the execution. Yeah. So yeah, things like this. Now focus on here. It has printed this much so far because of this code. Now I'm running a loop for subject comma mark in mark dot item. See, subject became math, mark became 88. Then what I'm checking? This is a simple code that I'm checking. Okay, I'm checking this code. What I'm checking? If this is a one-liner if else. This is one-liner if else, a bigger if else. If mark is greater than equal to 90, which is not true in our case by the way. But if mark is greater than equal to 90, just give grade value as A plus. So if this is becoming true, okay, if this is becoming true, then give it A plus. Okay. Now, since in our case it is not true, it will come to the else. Else what it will do? So for else we have a bigger logic. Else again check. If the mark is greater than or equals to 80, and it is true because our number is 88. If the mark is greater than or equals to 80, print A, and it is true. But let's say this is also not true. We come to the else condition. Again, another logic. Now check again if mark is greater than or equal to 70. If it is true, print B. But if this is not true, else print C. So based on this condition, you will get your grade value. And as per our mark, we got 88, and this got this condition true. So we got grade as A. It's good. Okay. Then simply printing. I'm simply printing here like this. I'm simply printing. See, I'm printing this math 88A. How I printed? Subject. What was the subject we had? We had subject math. Then what? Then I gave 12 indentation and 12 gap. Then mark. What was the mark? 88. I had 88. And then 6 gap. Printed grade A because I got grade A. Then what I'm doing? Total plus equal to mark. You guys know, right? This is adding. See, total was 0. Plus equal to mark means what? So if I just come back, this line and this line is same. Total equal to total plus mark. This line and this line same thing. Total equal to total plus mark. And in short, we write total plus equal to mark. Okay. So I'm updating the total value in our case. I'm updating the total value in our case. I'm updating the total value. So my total value was 0 and my mark value was 88. 0 plus 88. So total will be 88. See. Now again we go back to the case. Now I have subject science mark 92. Now in this case, this will become true because mark is greater than equal to 90 and 92 is greater than equal to 90. Print A plus. So I got A plus in the grade section. Then again I'm printing it science 92 A plus. Again I'm adding. Now see, now this total will become 180. So like this, I'll keep on run this code, for all the subject. Okay. For history. Okay. For art. Okay. Now see. Now previous step. Now I calculate the average. Total. What is the total value? 432. After adding all the numbers, I got 432 divided by length of marks. What is the length of marks? 1, 2, 3, 4. So by calculating this, you'll get the average. We got average value is 86.4, and then I'm simply printing it. Printing a dash 28 times, and then simply printing the average value, see 86.4. Okay, now let's discuss another example. Loop with break and continue on dictionary. Again, I have a dictionary called Progress. I have January 85, Feb 88, and like this I have a dictionary. I'm simply running a loop here for month, comma score in progress dot items. Same logic, and I'm simply printing if the score is less than 80, break. You know, guys, right? What break means? Forcefully stop my loop. So it will first it orders. See, if this condition is becoming true, to stop the loop. Okay, but there is no else for this loop. If we see, do we have any else available for this loop? No. So if this is not true, right, nothing will happen. You just keep on printing this code because if this is not true, nothing will happen. It will simply print this code. But if this is true, it will stop the code here only. It will not again print this. But if this is not true, right, this logic will not do anything. This small logic will not do anything. Okay, now that's why see, I got January 85 good. Okay, Feb 88 good, March 91 good. But when it came for April 78, for this item, 70 is less than 80. Say showing up April 1st div below 80 needs attention. See, it is printing this line now because this is becoming true and break. It has stopped the loop forcefully, and that is why we did not find any other data printed here. Okay. Another example, loop values to compute statistics. Again, this is one kind of same example. You guys can look at this example by yourself. Same logic, just with some other data. The same code. You guys can just look at it. Okay. So I hope guys we are good on the looping over dictionary section. Now let's discuss another part called dictionary method full toolkit. Okay. So another example, copy. I hope you guys can recall shallow copy, deep copy that we discussed, right? Same thing we're going to discuss. Dot copy. So I have something called original, which is a value here, and it is a dictionary in our case, right? So I have x10, y20, z30, and I'm simply saying copy. Copy what? Original dot copy. So it's copying the original value. No issues. That's a shallow copy. And then what I'm doing, I'm updating the copy x value. You guys know, right? This way we can change the value. So I'm saying copy ka x value. I have 10 and I have copied that here only. So I have the same value here. Like if I show you separately, and if I just show you the copy, I have the same value. Now when I'm saying copy x equal to this, and if I just print it, copy. Now see x got 999. Okay. And now if I check original, it did not get anything. It did not change. So when you call dot copy, it does the shallow copy. And shallow copy means whenever I copy from the source, it will not make any changes in the source. It will not make any changes in the source. And how can we confirm with that technically? Like I have showed you that see copy has 999 but original has 10 only. But if I want to show that technically, if I want to prove my statement, if you see ID of copy, this is the memory ID. Like Python stores everything in the memory, right? This is the memory ID of the copy variable. I mean copy variable which has dictionary. And if I show you memory ID of original, are they same? They are not same. If you see, they are not same. That means it has created a different memory location, and that is why it is not directly showing up original. It has copied from original. That is true, but it has created a new memory altogether. So that is why now if I make any changes inside this, it will not impact in that because it is not connected with it, right? Right. Like for your example, let's say that you have connected your laptop with your friend's laptop via VPN or via something like that. And now you wanted to transfer some games from your laptop to your friend's laptop. At once you have transferred that game, you guys have disconnected. Now, if by any chance you have deleted that game from your laptop, do you think that game will be deleted from your friend's laptop too? No, right? Because he has kept in his laptop. And your laptop and his laptop are not the same laptop, same not the same machine. That is why it will not happen anything, though you have copied it from his laptop. Same logic here. Okay. Now, example 6b, lane and in and not in. Again, good example. We have something called menu where we have burger 120, very cheap by the way. Pizza 250, still cheap by the way. Pasta 180, too expensive. Salad 90, okay. Soda 40, expensive. Okay. So I'm simply printing length menu. If I call length menu, right? Length menu will give me the length of my menu, which is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. This should give me 5. Like I got 5 if you see 5. Then pizza in menu. So do I have pizza in my menu? Yes. So it will print true. Sushi not in menu. True. Since sushi is not there in my dictionary, that is why. Then another example, same thing. I have a list of orders: pizza, sushi, soda, tacos. Okay. Now when I have simply run a route for item in order, it's checking if pizza in menu, then print this. If this condition is not becoming true, print this. That's it. Nothing much. That's it. It is saying. So if you see pizza sold 250, it has printed this line. But for sushi, it came here. For sushi, it came here. Sushi not available. For soda, it came here 40. For tacos, it came here not available. Okay. So if I just quickly show you the same example in Python tutor for your understanding, I can do that too. Use the execution. See, I have this logic. Then I run a loop. Item called pizza. Pizza in menu. Yes, it will come here and print this line. Then again, now item becoming sushi. Sushi is not there, so it will come in this line. It will come in the else, and it will print this line. See, it is printing this line. Now it will print sushi, not available. Then for next item, soda. Soda is there. It will print the soda that is 40. Then tacos, it will not print because tacos is not there. It just printed tacos not available. Okay. I hope this example is fine. So there another example counting with dictionary frequency map. What is that thing? Count occurrences of each character in a string. This is a common interview question by the way. Okay. Count occurrences of character in a string. So I have a text like this A B R A C A D A B R. I have a big string like this. And then I'm creating one empty dictionary called frequency. Text A B R A C A D A B R A and frequency equal to empty dictionary. Why empty dictionary? Because later on I will just fill that. So I'm running a loop for char in text. So what is char here? These characters A, then B, then R, then A, then C, then A, right? So when you run a loop like this, this character will be like each and every character on this text. So for char in text, frequency character. So what is the frequency? A. A is the first frequency character. So it will create a new key called A, and out of the frequency dot get. Dot get what? A. Character is A first in the first place, and you know, right? Get will always store a default value. I am saying comma 0. Since in the first occurrence, I don't have any values inside my dictionary. So it will not be able to find a key, right? It will generate a default value 0 for it. And then redo plus 1. So a will become plus 1. If I just show you that through Python tutor again for your better understanding, I just simply read the code and just paste it and just show you the visual execution. Yeah. See, I got empty dictionary. Say I got character A. Then frequency char, that means A should be the key. Then get char comma 0. Since I don't have any A key inside my dictionary, it will give a default value of 0. And then I'm doing plus 1. 0 plus 1, 1. See, I got A1. This is my dictionary. Then I go with the B. Again, B is also not there in my dictionary now. So B will also get 1. Again, now R. R is also not there. R1. Now A. Now A is there. So when I call dot get char comma 0, but it will be able to find out, okay, char is there, A is there. So what is the value of A? 1. Then I'm doing plus 1. So A1 was already there, plus 1, that is becoming 2. So A will become 2 now. Then same for C. C is not there, it will become 1. Then A become 3 now. Then D is not there, 1. A is again coming, again I have A, 3 plus 1, 4, 4. Then B is there, 1 plus 1, 2. R is there, 1 plus 1, 2. A, 4. See, I'm done. I'm printing the frequency A5, B2, R2, C1, D1. This is the final occurrences that I'm counting. If you see, if I execute the code, say I got the final occurrences A5, B2, R2, C1, D1. So A occurred 5 times, B occurred 2 times, R occurred 2 times, C occurred 1 time, D occurred 1 time. Okay. Now grouping with dictionary list as value. I have one list of tuples now. A different example. Amit 92, Priya 85, Rohan 72, Sneha 95, Karan 81, Divya 68, Vikram 90, Anjali 77, Deepak 88. What I want, key equal to grade, value equal to list of students. I want like this. So I am creating one empty dictionary. And what I do, I will show this code in Python tutor instead of showing up it here. Okay. I got students and I got one simple grade groups, which is an empty dictionary. Okay. So I got empty dictionary here. Now what is happening here, guys? So for name, comma, scoring students, you know is tuple, right? List of tuple, same tuple unpacking. So what will be, we will have, see, name Amit and score 92. Name Amit, score 92. Then if score is greater than equal to 90, if the score is greater than equal to 90, then grade will become A. In my case, this is true. So I'll get the grade value as A. And what this code is doing, see, this is a magical code. Grade groups dot set default grade empty. What is this? So grade groups is one empty dictionary. And here I'm saying dot set default. What I'm saying, set a default value. For whom? For grade key. For grade key, set a default value. What is the default value? Empty list. Default value, empty list. Okay. Then append name on top of it. Init list if needed. So I'm saying you just create an empty list and add append a default value called name. What is the name in my case? Amit. Now if you see. Okay. See, let me just go to previous session first. Yeah. See, I got something like A and I got Amit in it. So what was the grade key in our case? Grade key was A. So I got A key and empty list, right? So A is the key and this is the empty list. And empty list is the value. Okay. And inside that value, I have something called Amit. Okay. If I just show you that now in my code, you just get it. Like I just show you here. Print graded grade groups. See, just look at the first case. How am I getting? I'm saying grade groups dot set default grade comma empty list. So what was the grade value in our case? A in the first case, then empty list. And then I am saying dot append. You guys know, right? Inside list, we have a method called dot append, which can add values, right, to the end. So append name. What was the name we had? We had name Amit, right? So it has added Amit here. So I had a key called A, and I am having Amit, which is a list. So this is a key, and this list is a value in my case. Okay. So what this code is doing simply, this code is simply checking how many students got A, how many students got B, how many students got C, how many students got D. Just the listing their names like this. Okay. But let me just explain you through the code, you'll get it better. Now in the next case, I got name Priya and score 85. So 85, this condition not be true because 85 is not greater than equals to 90. Will come to the ellipse section. And yes, 85 is greater than equal to 80. So the grade will be B. And it will come here and B. See now. For B key, we have Priya. Okay, so like this. I'll show you. See, I got A Amit already in my grade groups dictionary, and B I got Priya. Okay. Then next, Rohan 72. Now 72 in this condition not be true. This will also not be true, but this will be true. So grade C. So for grade C, I'll get the value. Um, if you see, for grade C, I got the value C Rohan. Okay. For grade C, I got the value Rohan. Okay. Next. Again, grade C, you got a name was Sneha. So see. Now for grade C, we have two. For grade C, we have C. For grade A, we have two names now, Amit and Sneha. For grade A, we have two names now, Amit and Sneha. For B, we have Priya, and for C, we have Rohan. Now for the new one, for Karan, 81. 81. So this condition will become true. Grade will be B. Now so see, now B will have two values, Priya and Karan. A had two values, Amit and Sneha. Okay. So like this code will keep on running, and at the end, if I go to the code, at the end will give you the answer like this. If I show you the answer, it will show you the answer like this, the final answer. See, A, how many students got A grade? Amit, Sneha, Vikram. B grade got Priya, Karan, Deepak. C grade got Rohan and Anjali, and D grade got Divya. Okay, and next part, simply running a loop for grade in sorted grade groups dot keys. So what this sorted does, simply it will sort it. So you guys know, right? Grade groups dot keys will give you all the names. Amit, Priya, Rohan, and no, sorry. Grade groups has these keys, right? A, B, C, and D. These are the keys for grade groups, and we'll sort them alphabetically. Sorted will sort them alphabetically. So A will come first, then B will come, then C will come, then D will come. Then simply I'm joining them, nothing much. See, when I'm joining them, I will like this: grade A, Amit, comma Sneha, comma Vikram. Then for grade B, Priya, comma Karan, comma Deepak. So this comma is coming for this line. Okay, and then I'm simply saying group B, Priya, Karan, Deepak. Group C, Rohan, Anjali. Group D, Divya. Okay, I hope this part is clear, everyone. Okay, so now let's talk about the nested dictionaries. So what does it mean a nested dictionary? Simple thing. A dictionary whose values are also dictionaries. Our dictionary whose values are also dictionary. Perfect for structure records. Like let's say I have a dictionary called employees, where you have like you can see dictionary structure. This is the key E001, and your values are itself a dictionary. Itself is a dictionary. So you can see a dictionary whose values are also dictionary. This is called nested dictionary. E001 colon then the entire dictionary name, department, salary. Same for E002. Same for others. Now to access them, you need to follow this hierarchy. Simple. Like let's say I want to extract the name Neha Sharma. So first of all, if I need to access this entire dictionary, I need to access this key E001. Array E001. So this E001 will give me this entire dictionary. Then I know, right? I want the name. So I simply say name, and it will give me Neha Sharma. Like that, if I want E003 salary, so I'm saying first access the E003. First access this key. Then inside this dictionary, access the salary by calling this. I'm getting 82,000. Okay. And same example. If you see, I have I have something called I'm running a loop. See, I'm running a loop for employee ID, comma info in employer items. Now, if I call employer items, now you will see like this. Employees dot item. Sorry. See, I'm getting like this. This is the key and this is the entire value. Okay. So when I run a loop, right, I need two values, one for this and one for this entire thing. So employee ID will contain the first one, info will contain the entire dictionary. Then I'm simply doing simply what I'm doing. I'm simply printing it. See, first I'm printing the employee ID, then I'm printing the info name. I'm printing this one. Then with some space, I'm printing info depth. Because this info itself a dictionary here, right? For the first occurrence, it will get this one. The second occurrence, it will get this one, right? So info depth, that is the marketing. Then info salary, that is the 75,000. And what I'm simply doing, total payroll. Total payroll was 0 plus equal to info salary. So what I'm doing, I'm running a loop and I'm keep on adding their salary in my total payroll value. Same way we did in our previous section. And then we get an answer like this: total payroll 2,72,000. This is the output that we are getting by doing this entire thing. Okay. Now let me just show you this one. But for this one, what I do is simply remove this part for now. I simply just use this code and show in the Python tutorial for your understanding. I have something called one match dictionary where I have India as a key and I have entire dictionary as a value. Australia as a key, entire dictionary as a value. Okay. And I have players, name, scores, and extras. I'm running a loop for team, comma data in dimension items. So visualize it first. Back to my code. Yeah. See, team India came up and and what is the data, guys? Data is this thing. Player, score and extra. Data is this thing. This entire thing. This is the data. Okay. So then what I'm doing somewhat. Some data scores. That means sum all of them. Because it was a list, right? You can call a method called sum to add all of them. So this is a list, right? Pattern list. If you call sum, it will add all of them. Plus data dot extras. What was the extras? 12. That means add all of them and add that value 12 extra for this. So it gets total as 269. And I'm simply printing that India total 269. Then I'm running another loop inside the for loop, nested loop. Now I'm running a loop on what? I see I'm using a zip concept that I taught you. Zip concept, right? So for zip means zip data players, comma data scores. So what was the player? See, in my data, if you see, I have the name of the players Rohit, Virat, Gill, Pant, Jadeja, and I have the scores for them, right? So they are same numbers, right? Same player numbers are there, same numbers of scores mentioned. So I'm running them together. So in the first loop, I'll take Rohit and 45 together. In the second loop, I take Virat and 82 together because I'm using zip. And I taught you in the previous days, right? Gill 34 together, Pant 67 together, Jadeja 29 together. If you see, if I execute, see, in the first occurrence, it took player Rohit and runs 45 together. And then you simply do the division. See, it simply did the division, nothing much. Okay. It's simply design. It's a simple design, guys, nothing much. Simple design. Okay. Repeat this dot divided by 5 times. Simple. Just repeating the dot. Next code. Then Virat 82. Okay. Then Gil 34. Then Pant 67. Then Jadeja 29. And now this loop is done. We'll come to the end and it'll print this extras and data extras. Then it will go back. It will go back to hold on. So yeah. Now then we'll go back to the next loop and then we'll take Warner for this. Again, just hold on. Yeah. Previous section. Uh, yeah. So now it is speaking Warner from here. Speaking Warner. Okay. Warner 38 will print that many times. Then Smith 91 is speaking this one now. See. Then head for 55 this many times. Similar for health maximals for every one of them. Okay. So what I'm simply doing, so I'm simply dividing the runs with the 5 and whatever values we get, we're just repeating that with dot. So this dot will be repeating as per the value will be coming up here. So whatever runs value we have, right? Like 18 we have. So 18 will be divided by 5. And since you know, right, we're using floor division. So that's why we get only integer value. So it will give us something like how that many times dot like this. So if I show you that in the code, you see it. See, for Rohit 45, this is the bar. For Virat 82, this is the bar. So it's just visualizing the answer. Like for Pant, it is showing like this. For Jadeja, it is showing like this. And this is how it is keep on repeating the numbers. And this side is showing up the answer. Okay. So as I said, you guys can now explore this code by yourself. Same logic, same thing. I just want you to try this code a bit. Instead of depending on me, just try this code. You guys should be able to understand now. Because I have shown multiple example of nested dictionaries now. Okay. Dictionary comprehension. Now, dictionary comprehension is not that big thing, simple thing. Like for list comprehension, we used to write a code like this for I in range 10, print I. Same for dictionary. And you know, right? Dictionary needs something like curly braces. and it needs a key and value. So I'm saying for n in range, 1 comma 11, or what I want. Sorry, I want, see, since it is dictionary comprehension, you need to have a key and the value, right? So the key should be n and the value should be n to the power 2. See, so 1 comma 11, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll go till the 10. I'm saying n, that is 1. Then n to the power 2. 1 to the power 2, 1. Then 2 for next loop. 2 to the power 2, 4. Then 3. 3 to the power 3, 9. 4. 4 to the power 2, 16. Like this, it keep on creating a simple dictionary comprehension. This way you can create a dictionary comprehension. Okay. Or let's say you want to filter. You want to do filtering. You want to filter your dictionary using a dictionary comprehension. Let's say I'm creating one new dictionary called expensive apple. Sorry, expensive fruits. So I'm running a loop for I, or maybe for fruit comma price in prices dot items. So you guys now know what item will return. It will return a list of tuples where apple and 30 together will be there, mango and 80 together will be there, banana and 20 together will be there, grapes and 90 together will be there. I'm checking. Now to write one if condition, now you have to write it here. And if price is greater than equal to 55, then then only give the fruit and the price of it. Fruit colon price of it. So I'm saying if the price is greater than 55, then do fruit and colon price. So if this condition is becoming true, then only it will print this fruit colon price. If I print expensive, I show you expensive. So I got the expensive portion now. So this is how you can filter if you want to. And this is another example. You can just get it. Okay. Again, below I have shown the same example in multiple ways. I want you guys to practice them. This code I don't think I have to explain you anymore. You guys can explore it by yourself. These examples are easy examples. You guys can just explore it. No issues. Same examples using zip I have shown. Okay, same examples using zip I have shown. You guys can just quickly explore this notebook to understand the dictionary for the topics. Okay, because this is the same thing that I have discussed. Okay, same example. You guys should be able to understand it now. Okay, all right. Okay, now we'll talk about merging dictionaries. Okay, so while merge method we discuss. So something called defaults. In my defaults, I have theme as a key, light as a value, font as a key, Arial as a value. And like this, I have dictionary. I have default and the user configuration. So what I am doing, I am going to method one, merging, using double star unpacking. Write dictionary wins on conflict. So what is happening? I am creating one simple variable called merged one. I am saying double star defaults, that is this one, double star user config. If I execute, see what I am getting. I am getting theme dark font Arial, size 16, language English, and zoom 110. What happened here? So double star means unpacking. Okay, double star means unpacking. These are Python syntax, Python advanced syntax. When I'm saying inside a curly braces, I'm saying star star defaults, comma star star user config. It is merging these two dictionaries together. It is merging these two dictionaries together. Now, the fun part is we had theme light in the first place. In the second place, we had theme as dark. Since dark came at the second time, that is why it has changed the value of the thing it has given dark. Because as you know, right, same key cannot be there inside your dictionary. That is why it is updated the light to dark. Then font Arial, same font. Then size 16. Since size 16 was there and size 12 was there, it has replaced this 12 with 16. Then language English, okay. Then zoom 110. So we have merged these two dictionaries like this. Then another way called this pipe operator. You can simply call default pipe user config. This is also you can merge if you want to. Like see, same thing. This way if you want you can merge. or the last record dot update. Just copy the default and say dot update user config. I think I have taught you this dot update already. If you want to use dot update, using dot update also, if you want, you can merge these dictionaries. So these are the three ways how you can merge your dictionaries. I hope this is clear. Now some more examples. Merging multiple dictionaries in layered config system. It's like you have base configuration, you have development configuration, and local configuration. You have a dictionaries like this. So what you are doing here, created configs. One list you have created. Base config, dev config, local config. So this is the list of dictionaries you have. This is the base config, dev config, local config. You have list of dictionaries here. And then what I did, since I have multiple dictionaries to merge, and this all dictionaries is in a list format right now in my hand, what I merge all later dictionary override earlier ones. So what I'm creating one variable called final, which is one empty dictionary. It is an empty dictionary. So I'm running a config for config in configs. So I'm running a loop here. So this CFG will contain base config in the first occurrence. This CFG will contain dev config in the second occurrence. This CFG will contain local config in the third occurrence. And what it will do, simply do final dot update. Final is one empty dictionary at the first point. Dot update what? CFG. So first it will update the base configuration, then it will update the dev configuration, then it will update the local configuration. If you see the final dictionary, right, you'll see it like this. See. So I got the final dictionary. Debug true, db local db, timeout 10, retries 3. See, why db local db I got? Because this local config was at the end, right? So at the end, db key has local db, so it has updated the local db, right? Then debug true came for this one, and then timeout 10 came for this one, then retries 3 came for this one. So this is how also if you want, you can merge multiple dictionaries like this if you want to follow this kind of hierarchy. So we are done with merging dictionaries, and in this case there are a few examples, few projects are shown. Though these are the code that if you want you can explore. These are the codes that if you want you can explore. We will discuss about this kind of fun projects later on once we are done with this set. Okay, so tomorrow we will complete set. After that, we will have some real world interesting fun projects that will help us to practice the topics that you have learned so far. So as you can see, dictionary and quick reference is already there. So with that, we are complete with our Python dictionaries, basic to advanced. I have taught you everything, all the basics methods, and I have taught you multiple things. Like I have taught you multiple options. Like one stuff can be done in multiple ways. I have taught you everything. So I hope now you guys should not be stuck into dictionary. You guys should be able to crack all the interviews.